I don't know how you feel right now. I feel very humbled to be here and to be sort of standing in the shadow, if you will, of George Washington. We're in a moment in America where we are facing an immense crisis of leadership, and how badly we need right now a Washington, a Lincoln, a Reagan. Well, we don't have them, but we do have us. I'm an immigrant, and I just love America. I remember in the last scene of The Great Gatsby, Fitzgerald talks about the Dutch sailors who kind of came around the corner and the sense of wonder and astonishment that filled them when they first saw what he calls the green breast of the new world. I was 17 years old when I first set eyes on America, and I felt that same sense of astonishment and wonder. Somehow, even then, I knew that this was a country in which I could be the architect of my own destiny. And that feeling has somehow never left me, and it lies behind my writing and my work. We're living in the American era, an era that began in World War II, at the end of World War II. But this moment of American superiority, if you will, of American triumph, is very fragile, and in some sense we fear very short-lived. Look around the world. It seems like what we're seeing is not only threats on the horizon, but new emerging empires. The consolidation, for example, of the Islamic Empire. Putin in Russia, in the Ukraine, in the Crimea, an attempt to revive Russia as a global power. Now, the remarkable thing is not what's going on over there, but the response to it coming from over here. The thesis that we laid out in the film 2016 was that it is a great mistake to understand Obama as a mere bungler, as a mere amateur, as someone who sort of doesn't know what's going on. If that's what you think about Obama, you end up lecturing him about the geography of the Ukraine, reminding him that Putin used to be a KGB officer. He knows that. The point about Obama is that he is somebody who wants to shrink America's footprint in the world. He wants to remake America, as he put it. That is his ideology. So we predicted that in 2016, and I'm not happy to say that those predictions have in a way come to pass. Obama is almost like an actor playing out our script. And he's not going to change. I mean, he reminds me a bit of the toy soldier who walks into the wall and, keeps going. He is a creature of ideology. Now, after we did 2016, Obama was very upset. He did a big diatribe against me in the film on his website, barackobama.com. But if he was upset about that film, wait till he sees the new one. Now, what is this America film all about? It's a spectacular film. It's going to be at a completely different level than 2016. But underlying it, it is taking on the central argument of American progressivism. Let's remember that this argument was not invented by Obama. He didn't make it. It made him. And what is this argument? This argument at the core is a moral indictment of America and of the free market system. Basically, what modern progressives are alleging is that America and the wealth of America is based on theft. There's a historical part of this argument. We stole the country from the Indians. We stole the labor of the African Americans. America took half of Mexico in the Mexican War. American foreign policy, even now, is based upon taking the resources and the oil of other countries. And the free market system is based on theft, depriving people of what Obama calls their fair share. So think about this. It's almost like here you are at home, you're watching TV, and a bunch of government guys show up at your door and they start taking your furniture and taking your car. And you're like, what are you doing? They're like, you know, your paycheck that you got last month, you didn't earn that. You stole it. It doesn't really belong to you. This is what, in a sense, we are up against. The idea, it's a sort of a moral attack on capitalism. And you can't just answer it by saying that capitalism is efficient. What we do in the America film is we take this progressive argument head on. We take this bull by the horns. We make the moral case for America. We make the moral case for the free market system in a fresh way that you have not seen before. Now, when I think about the American era, and when I keep hearing, we've been hearing now for 6 years about change. For progressives, change is another word for progress. I think as conservatives and libertarians, we know that there can be good change and there can be bad change. When you hear change, you always have to ask change from whose point of view? I mean, I'm sure if termites could talk, they would call what they do progress. George Washington risked everything for a country that had not even come into being. We have America. What are we going to do to keep her? I remember reading at the Constitution in Philadelphia and in the Federalist Papers, Alexander Hamilton says that this is a country that is unique because it is based on reflection and choice. For us as Americans, decline is a choice. But so is liberty. So let us resolve right here, right now, that liberty is our choice. Thank you very much.